Closing is always easy when you're in Cardone U. We role play with Grant Cardone's team. They know just what to do. They're always there to support us. We couldn't ask for more. On our way in the right direction, we found what we're looking for. In FLC, in FLC. Closing is better with appointment setters. You'd better believe we're not a team but a family. We work together in harmony. We are devoted, and that you can quote me in FLC.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the FLC Hangout where your freedom lifestyle begins. Oh yeah, we're back. I'm so excited to be here filming another episode for you guys, and I'm really excited about this topic because I think we've covered this a little bit before, but one, it's really, really important, and two, I feel like you can never hear something this powerful or this meaningful enough times, right? Like we go through trainings over and over. You can never hear it enough. So we're back. What we're going to be talking about today is the importance, the power of being sold. Sold on you, sold on your goals, sold on your life, sold on everything. And if that doesn't make that much sense right now, then stick around. If it does make sense, then still stick around because why wouldn't you? Before we get properly into it, make sure you're following us on Instagram. They are on the screens now. They're in the descriptions below as well. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out, push this to as many people as possible. So thank you so much in advance. With all that being said, without further ado, Misty, I want to ask you, oh, that rhymed. What does being sold, what does that mean to you?
I think being sold, I think it depends on what topic you're talking about, right? But in general, I think it means being so committed in what you believe and what you want that you go completely all in. And it's just, I'm die hard. I'm all in. This is what I want. This is what I'm doing. This is why. And I go for it.
Yeah.
So for me, that's what sold means. What does it mean to you?
I like that. I like basically what you said. I think it's important to be sold on you, your ideas, your goals, because if you're not, then who else is going to be, first of all? But like you said, there's different areas. So it's being sold on you, first of all, just you, who you are. Like, don't try and be anything else. Be who you are. You're sold on you. You're sold on your goals, which means that you are so sure and so sold on them that they're going to happen, that no one can tell you otherwise. Because when you have big goals, people are going to tell you otherwise. But to the level that you're sold, then that stops affecting you. But then there's also being sold on, like us, of which we'll touch a little bit more on, being sold if you're in sales, which I assume most people in this community, the FLC community, are. You need to be so sold on what you sell, the product, your team, yourself, so sold that nothing anyone can tell you even affects you. It goes over your head, and you stay that sold self, that you know that what you're doing is the best. So that's kind of what it means to me as well. But saying this, it's easier said than done, right? Like, it's easy to say, be sold, like go out there, have these big dreams, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. That's easier said than done, though. And I don't know if you would agree. It's a process, right? To me, it feels like you go through a learning, you become more sold, and then you're this level of awareness about this certain area, and then you go through another learning, and then you're this level of awareness of soul. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I
do you feel
do.
the
I
same?
do. I completely understand what you mean. Because it's when I think of doing business, and like we help a lot of people who either have a business where they're wanting to scale it, or they don't have a business at all and have no idea what they want to do. We help them find what their passion is and help them figure that out, right?
Yeah.
But in that process, we're also helping them to learn how to be sold on what they're doing. So when I think of doing business and being sold on something, and like you said, it's a process. You have different levels of that. So for me, the first level is being sold on the idea that I'm putting myself out there. I'm putting myself out there. And so understanding and knowing that you're going to get feedback, whether it be good or bad, it's all growth and it's all you understanding that I know I'm doing what's right for not only me, but the people I'm trying to help and I'm trying to sell to. So you're being sold on the idea what I want to do is right and I'm doing this, right? And then the next level is okay, I need to know and be sold on myself. I need to have that self-confidence that I know what I'm doing. I know what the product or service that I'm offering is absolutely the right thing. And then you got to be sold on the idea that people want this and be so sold on your product or your service that, like you said, it makes no sense for somebody not to do it.
Mm.
You just have to know. You just have to be so sold on it that there's nothing else. There's nobody else.
Yeah,
You know,
literally.
it's like I kind of want to. Sorry, I kind of want to take and compare this to when you're gonna go get married with somebody. When you're younger and you're thinking, I want to get married, right? I'm ready and I want to do this. What do you have to do? You have to go find the person, right? You have to get to know that person. So what happens is when okay, I want to start a business. Okay, I got to go find what kind of business I want to do. I got to learn how to do this. So I got to learn how to know this person, right, that I want to marry. Is this the right person for me? I got to sell myself or figure out, is this what I want? And then you get to okay, we're going to be engaged now. Okay, I'm launching my business.
Mm-hmm.
I know this is it. I've got everything ready. I know this is it. I'm going to launch my business. Okay. And then you go and you're like, okay, we set the wedding day. Now comes that day, and I'm up there with the officiant and my significant other, and all I have to do is say yes, right? Same thing with business. You've got it all put out there. You got it launched. You're doing the marketing. You got to say yes to the clients. You got to say yes to yourself, to your service, to those clients, right? Then you're
Mm.
saying yes, and you're like, okay, done. I did it. I'm married. Good. Close your first deal. All right, let's go. Let's do another one, right? So
Yeah.
it's just like it's kind of comparing it with life because every stage in life, you have to sell yourself on a different level of who you are and what stage of life you're in. So business is the same way.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
100%. Yeah, definitely. Grant Cardone, um, to the level that you're sold, you can sell. And I want to preface this by saying when we're talking about being sold and selling, we're, of course, yes, talking about selling, as in getting on those sales calls and selling a product or service, yes. But when we talk about selling, we're also talking about convincing others that your goal of about your goals, about your dreams, or convincing someone to go to this restaurant that you want to go to, or go see this fit. Everything is selling. So if you're new around here, everything is selling. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
If you have kids, you are selling every single day. No matter where you are, you're either selling or you're being sold. You're either selling someone of your ideas or you're being sold on someone else's, no matter where you are. And the first time I heard that, I was like, wait, what? But the more I heard this, the more I actually started understanding sales, the more I understood that. So if that doesn't make sense right now, it will. The more you progress in this journey. But so that's to preface when we're saying be sold, be so you can sell. I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about life in general. But Grant Cardone says, to the level you are sold, you can sell. And think about it. If you have these goals, right? You have these big, big dreams, whatever that is for you. if you don't fully believe that you can do that, and by the way, there's a difference between not believing you can do it and the goals being quite scary. You're like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. There's a difference. You don't know how you're gonna do it, but you know you can. And this one, you don't really know if you can do it. If someone tells you those dreams, those goals are unachievable, or you're crazy for even thinking that, or you're like you're crazy for going into sales because it's not safe, whatever it is, if you're not fully sold on that idea, that's going to affect you. That's going to play on your mind. That's going to knock your confidence down. And it's just a domino effect from there. So it, like I said, again, it's easier said than done though. So I'm curious, Misty, because I know we've had many talks. We've had many talks about this, about other topics. I know that it hasn't always been easy for you as well. People have told you things, and I've got the same about like, why am I, what are you, whatever. What's some things that actually helps you stay in that sold state when someone comes at you and tries to knock that down? Because it's easy to do.
Well, for me, because I still get it every day. I still get that kind of stuff all the time. But for me, it's knowing who I am as a person and what I'm capable of. And it's kind of hard to explain. It's just a knowing. I know what's right for me. Somebody else may think that they know what's right for you, but actually they're projecting what's right for them onto you. So you got to know who you are and what you want, and go for that, and know, like, without a shadow of a doubt, I'm moving in the right direction. This is my life. I'm doing what's right for me. But then surrounding yourself with like-minded people who are on a similar path or headed in the same direction, their journey may be completely different, but headed in the same direction and want the same things, the end result of being successful or being happy or whatever your goal is, may you're all headed in the same direction. That goal may be slightly different, but it's all headed the same way, and they're on the same path. So they're going to help support you in that, and they're going to help keep you sold. And then, like I've told you many, many, many times, like almost 3.5 years now, right? I surround myself with things that I want in my life, with my goals and my dreams, because I'm a big dreamer. Okay. So I may not have the big, huge, fancy house right now or the expensive car. I may not have the FLC Hangout jet yet, but you know what? That's yet. I can surround myself with pictures or videos, anything that's going to keep it on my mind and in front of my face on a daily basis. Like I told you, I've got my mirror in my bathroom, has all the way around it, has affirmations and goals all the way around that mirror. And anytime I clean the mirror, I wipe it all off and I put up the new ones for some of the old ones. So it's always fresh in my mind. I have right here by my bedroom door, you can't see it right now, but I have a poster of my goals right there. So anytime I walk in and out of this room, they're right there in my face. I was looking at that poster the other day. I've achieved some of those goals already and I haven't even marked them off there. So it's like I gotta update that that poster. But it's always having it in your face and always being knowing what's right for you and who you are. And because okay, I have like several different vision boards. And one of those is my very first vision board was I was to divide it into 3 sections, into thirds, right? And at the beginning, the first one was supposed to be how I saw myself now, how I view myself right now. And in the very last one, it was supposed to be the person I want to be. I've always wanted to be the person I've always wanted to achieve to be, right? Like my highest good. And in the middle was supposed to be the steps I'm supposed to take to get to the highest good. And that's supposed to be an ever-changing thing. So having something like that as well can be really helpful. But knowing who I want to be and what I want to achieve, and being so sold on that, and just having that knowing, like, and like I said, being around the right people, because for me, it's just, I may have hard days. Like I may have, I'm told Shabaria the other day, just like a day or two ago, I still think about quitting every single day. And I'm not just talking about quitting FLC. I'm talking about quitting life. I think about it every day. But you know what? That's not what I'm here for. That's not what I want. That's not what I'm here for. That's a human moment trying to dictate how I live my life. And I can't allow that. Right? I have to know without a shadow of a doubt why I'm here and what I'm doing. And if I don't know what that is, you know what? I'm going to find out. I'm going to do some deep investigating, not only in myself, but in my surroundings, in my life. I'm going to take a step back and look at things and be like, okay, do I like where I'm at right now? Do I want to stay in this position? How do I want to change it? Do I want to change it? What do I want it to look like? Who do I want to be? What matters to me? I can't take into consideration everybody else at the moment because it's not about them. It's about you. Because without you being fully on board and fully sold with you and what you want to do, you can't help anybody else or take care of anybody else or do anything for anybody else. You have to be 100% sold on yourself. And you have to know exactly who you are and what you want. And getting into that and investigating that and taking care of you first, you're going to be able to not only flourish yourself and your own life, the impact you're going to make on the other people around you is going to resonate forever.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do?
Oh my God, that was so good. You said so many good things just there. I was writing things down so I didn't forget to touch on it. You said it all really. I like the word, I wrote this in capital letters. You used the word knowing, and I really like that word. And again, it comes back to the thing of you have to practice it every single day. It's not, you don't just wake up, and we've said this before, you don't just wake up one day and think, right, I'm so sold on my goals, what I'm doing. Yes, I feel good. I'm going out there. You don't just do that once. You need to do that every single day, and sometimes multiple times a day. So with that same concept, the way you get to the level of knowing, and by the way, this same thing, like being sold, is knowing 100% that you can do something. It's just a matter of figuring out how to get there. Once you have that knowing, everything else falls in place. So it's and I was trying to think of a way to use an example to kind of explain what I'm thinking. Let's say you just start swimming. I mean, the Olympics is on right now, so I have swimming in my mind. You start swimming, you give it 100%, like you give it 100%, you finish in a certain amount of time. For where you are right now, you gave it 100%. But someone who's been swimming for a while and has put in that work every single day for years, if they give 100%, their results they're going to be much faster, right? But it's not because you didn't try as hard. It's because you're at this level of doing it. This is how I kind of see this knowing and being sold. You have to choose it every single day. And the more you do it, the stronger it's going to be. You're not even going to realize. You're going to look back in a year time and think like, I thought I knew what I was doing back then, but now I have this whole new level of awareness and knowing. So, like I said, and I got told this by one of my good friends, mentors, that it's levels. You unlock another level, the further you go in the journey, you unlock this level of knowing, this level of soul. So really what I'm saying here is you have to choose it every single day. Remind yourself why you're doing these things every single day, and that gets stronger. Something else you said, which is so important, is surround yourself with like-minded people. So I can't stress to you enough how important this is. And something I've become much more recently, and something I would suggest to other people, is be selective who you actually talk to these things about. And I'm not saying you you need to hide your goals, hide your aspirations, hide what, like, who you actually want to be, but perhaps be more selective about who you're talking to these things about. Like, apart from the FLC core family here, and really the FLC core family, I don't go into much detail about like actually what I'm thinking, like these big things. And that's not because I don't want people knowing or I don't trust people, but it's really the energy that other people have on you makes such an effect on what you actually think is believable for yourself. If I go tell you guys this crazy big goal, you're gonna hoo ha hoo cheer me on. Some people maybe not. So be more selective. I can't tell you how much this has made a difference. Like when people have come to me or old friends. I have this one situation I have in my mind. Old friends come, they see what I'm doing online. They have comments about it. They have some comments about it. That's all I'll say. I can't tell you the difference it made to actually have people like the core family. I'm gonna keep saying that because I love you guys. To
We
go
love
to and
you.
be like be like this is happening, like, oh my God, da, 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 my mind gets messy. And to have people that have been like, this is part of it, and they get you back in that right mindset. So have people around you like that. If you don't have close friends, family members, the FLC community, like we are here to support your crazy big goals that other people are going to call you insane for. So be selective, have like-minded people. Something else you said as well, um, is I can't remember exactly what you said, but it made me think about this. You can be really sold and sure in yourself about who you are now and really believe that you are the best because you need to believe your product, everything, you are the best in your field to be able to convey that to other people. You can do all that, but also have bigger goals. Because I feel like this is, and for me as well at the start, this felt counterintuitive, like you being so sure and confident myself now, but then how do I also want more while doing that? You can do both at the same time, right? You can be so sold and confident in yourself now, but still have big dreams, big goals, because you know once you get there, you're going to be even bigger, even better, right? So, something I would say about that, which I know, Misty, you do every day, is write down your goals. This is something you need to do every single day as well, right?
Yeah, at least once a day. Grant Cardone says do it twice a day. First
Mm,
thing when you wake up in the morning, and the very last thing you do before you go to sleep at night.
mhm.
But I wanted to bring up what Grant Cardone says about, oh my goodness, it was right there, and as I'm saying it, it's slipping away.
Pulling a
But Grant
Misty.
Cardone, huh?
Pulling a Misty.
Yeah, that's what I'm known for. But oh, Grant Cardone, we were doing his trainings, right? I don't know if you remember this, but he says to never achieve your capabilities.
Mm,
So basically, what you want to do, because this goes back to what you were saying, you can be so sold on yourself and your product and your service, and you know, just 100% know you're doing everything right. But then how can I want these? How can I go for these bigger things if I know I'm already, doing 100%? So what he says is never achieve your capabilities. So basically, you're always wanting to strive to be the best, absolute best that you can be, but always
mm,
move that goalpost out further. So you have to work harder and grow and change and get better. Because even though you may be 100% right now, like you said, it's at this level and you want to always level up. So Grant Cardone is a multimillionaire. He's on his way to $1 billion, right? So he's already on his way to that. And what we want to do is keep doing, like, model him in that aspect. Keep moving that goalpost and keep striving to become better. Doesn't mean you have to work to be a multimillionaire or a billionaire, but you want to be the best person you can be in every aspect, right? And keep achieving, working to achieve the bigger goals because you're growing and changing and becoming stronger as a person in all aspects. So, and another thing that I wanted to bring up was you're talking about having the people to surround yourself with and to have that support system. Okay, guys, if you are not in FLC, first of all, what the hell? What the heck are you waiting for? You know, join the P1M event that's coming up this next month, the Project 1 Million in 1 year. We'll link it down here below. Join us. Find out who we are and what we do. If you are in FLC, utilize your community. That's what you're given the Facebook groups for. The FLE, the Freedom Lifestyle Entrepreneurs Group. Anybody can join that. Look it up where you can join that, right? And the FLC group, the Freedom Lifestyle Creators Group on Facebook. That's a little more private, but once you're in FLC and you're one of our students, you get access to that. Those are safe spaces. Those are safe spaces with like-minded people who are headed towards the same goal. Goal at the end may be a little different, right? Like I said, the journey is maybe a little bit different, but you're headed on the same path. And everybody in there is willing to help support you and help keep you on track and hold you accountable when you need it and to love you and, like I said, support you and get you where you want to go. Utilize the communities. That's what they're there for. Ask questions, get answers. That's what we're here for. We're not here just to, like, granted, our main goal is to teach you business so you can serve, become freedom, have your freedom lifestyle, right? That's what we want. But it's not just that. Now, Grant says that business is not a journey or whatever. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think it is a journey because I think life itself is a journey. And anything you do in that is along that journey and that path. So why not take people along with you that are on the same path, right? That are going the same direction.
100%. I truly, that's the biggest thing for me. I think that's my biggest point. Have people around you that are there, like-minded people that are there to support you. That's been the biggest factor in actually me realizing that I can and should be doing more. And yeah, completely agree with everything you said. Something I want to touch on that just came into my mind before we start wrapping up is we're here saying, like, be sold, stay sold. You have to choose it every day to keep going on your dreams, your aspirations. Some people might be listening to that and thinking, okay, yes, I get it. I should be staying sold. I get that. Thank you, Misty and Josie. I've heard that before, but how do I do it? So we touched on it a little bit, but something I like to do, or we do as a team actually, is to go over our client success stories or a video a client has made. That really helps us remember why we do things. If you're not at that stage yet, you don't have those clients that are telling you, thank you so much for what you do, everything like this, make a list. And this is something that I can't take credit for. We learned from our mentors. Make a list so you can split it into, like, personally and then business if you like. Make a list of all the attributes you have. Are you a good listener? Are you patient? Are you kind, caring? Like, you go out of your way to help people. And then in the business, why is your product so good? Like, why should people choose you? You better than everyone else in your field. You do these personal sessions, you have these, whatever it is. It's going to look different for us than it is going to look for you. Make a list and remind yourself of that. And that will help you stay sold on you. Like, actually, no, I am a good person. I deserve these things that I'm wishing, going for, that will help. That's two things that I like to do. We like to watch our success stories or share these messages that we get from our students, but also make a list of why are you the best? Why are you pretty cool? Because you are. You are pretty damn cool. Yeah, do you have any suggestions about this?
I also want to say that people need to celebrate their own wins, big or small.
Yes.
You know, it's very important because it may seem a little silly, but why would I want to do that?
Hmm.
Because you want to, it's a confidence booster, but it reminds you, hey, I can do things right. I do things right. I'm good at something, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, I don't know about the rest of the core family in FLC, but I know Chabaria does this and I do this. When I'm out in public and I do something pretty awesome and I'm like, ooh, that's a win. You can see me, I'll sit there and go, hoo ha hoo. I get funny looks when I'm like, oh. But you know what? I'm celebrating that because I did something good. Now, a lot of people out there don't get that recognition from anybody. Hey, you did a good job. You did great. Oh, wow, this is amazing. You don't get it from somebody else.
Mm.
Okay, give it to yourself. You deserve it.
Yeah.
You're allowed to do that. No, we don't want your head so big and so oversized you can't fit through doors.
Leave some space for the rest of us. Yeah.
Yeah. But we do want you to be able to celebrate and realize how amazing you are and how talented you are, how smart you are, and how impactful you are as a human being. It doesn't have to take much to impact anybody. Even a smile, a wave, anything can make somebody else's day even better, including your own. And sometimes just by you committing the act can help you in ways you didn't expect.
Mm. Mm. I like that. Smile away, boys. Smile away.
Screw the light bulb.
Really good point, though. I can't believe I forgot that. And quickly, like Seb says this on DCA and LGA a lot. If you don't know what that is, message us, get to know. Um,
Yeah.
we ask people to share their wins, and people share really great wins. They're closing all of this, and then sometimes people say, "Well, I don't have a win." It's what? Yes, did you get out of bed this morning? Clearly you did. Yes. Did you brush your teeth? I hope so. Yes. Are you on this call right now? Did you drink water today? Like Misty said, even if you think it's small, get in the habit of celebrating that because that's going to build so much momentum um for you. So yes, great point.
Yes. Jesse, do you have any closing advice or tips or anything?
Ah, gosh. I would say to me when I first started, like in FLC and this whole like and it started before FLC, like this whole journey of like wanting more, but not knowing exactly where to do. It felt so big and impossible, and it felt like a huge high mountain to climb to actually start getting anywhere in this journey because I didn't have the knowledge. I didn't know. I didn't have the right people around me. Um, which no hate to the people I had around me. They just weren't the right people for this area of life. But what I'll say looking back now, what I'll say to anyone else feeling like that right now, like, oh my God, this is a big, huge thing. It doesn't have to be. All you have to do is take the next right step, whether that's going to find a mentor. Maybe you found a mentor, start the training. Maybe you have, go talk to that person, make that phone call. Just do the next right thing and everything else will figure itself out. Don't worry about what you're doing in a month's time. Where are you going to be? What are you going to launch? Oh my God. Just bring yourself back to this moment right now, today, right here, whatever time it is for you right now. What is the next right thing, the next best step for you to do right now? Maybe it's doing some training. Maybe it's making that phone call you need to make. Everything else will figure itself out. I promise you, it doesn't have this to be this big scary thing. If you're an FLC, utilize us. If you have a rep, utilize them. If you're not an FLC yet, same holds. Just make the plan. Bring yourself to the present moment. Do the next best thing. And while you're there, join FLC.
Right?
Where are you?
I mean, what are you waiting for? You're already here. If you're not a student yet, you need to be a student. Join the community. Why not? Why not? I don't understand that. I mean, like, I still think we should rename Earth Planet FLC. I mean, that's just, to me, we just should rename it, because everybody needs to be in the community. It's a community of love, support, action, success, failures, because our failures are success. It's another form of success, growth. I just think everybody should be in FLC. Join the community. Utilize everything. That's what we're here for. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for being here. We so enjoy doing these episodes and being here for you guys. We love reading your comments and suggestions. So please be sure to add more in the comment section so we can keep in contact with you guys and give you guys exactly what you're wanting. From FLC, here at FLC, welcome to the family. We're once your family for life. Keep learning, keep growing. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share, because we want to be able to reach as many people as possible, because everybody deserves to have a freedom lifestyle. And this, of course, like it says, is where it begins. So thank you guys so much. We will be back next week. I know we've been MIA for a little bit, but we're really busy with a few other things. We will be get back into the track of being more consistent, so it's every week. We will also be bringing back some really amazing guests. Either bringing back some guests or having some new ones on, because we've got some new ones in the works here. So be sure to tune in, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
See you. Bye.